Good morning, students. How are you? Hope all will be fine. Today we are going to start the new topic of biology, that is tissue. As we know, we have done the chapter cell. Now we are studying the chapter tissue. In this we will study plant tissue and animal tissue. Today I am started with the plant tissue. You know that the study of tissue, there is a special branch of science in which we only study the tissues, that is called the histology. What is tissue? Tissue is a group of similar cells that perform a common function and have a common origin. Now, you know that there are two types of organism, multicellular and single-celled organism. So, what is the utility of tissue in the multicellular organism? You know, when we talk about the single cell organism or unicellular organism, a single cell is capable of performing all the function of the body. But in the case of multicellular organism, we take the example of human being, cat, dog. There are so many multicellular organisms. In the multicellular organism, the body of the organism is complex. A single cell is not capable of doing all the function. That's why there is a need of tissue. Now, see here, this is the organization of the multicellular organism. The cells combine to form the tissues. Tissues, same type of tissue combine to form the organ, and organ combine to form the organ system. Like in our body, when we talk about the organ system of our body, digestive system, circulatory system is there, excretory system is there, and when all the system of the human body they combine to form the organism. So there is a need of tissue in the multicellular organism. Now, in this chapter we will study both plant and animal tissue. You must know that all plants and animals made up of same type of tissue. No, plants and animals are not made up of same type of tissue. Why? We just compare. In the case of plants, you know that plants are stationary. They are at the same position. They don't move from one place to another place. But in the case of animals, the animals are living. The plants require less energy because they are not supposed to move here and there in search of food and any other thing. But in the case of animals, they have to do like all this function. That's why in the case of plants, most of the tissues are dead and protective in nature, in function. But in the case of animal, the most of the tissues are living. Now, growth. In the case of plant, the growth is indefinite throughout the life in the different region of the plant. But in the case of animal, the growth is definite. That's why the tissues are simple. And you know that in the simple organization is present in the plants. In the case of plants, the organization is simple, but the body of the animals is complex. That's why there is complex organization. Because of all these difference, in the case of plants and animals, they are not made up of same type of tissues. They are made up of different types of tissue. Now we come to our prior topic, that is plant tissue. The plant tissues are of two types, meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. The meristematic tissues are the tissues which continuous divide. They have capability of division, and the permanent tissues are the tissues which is incapable of division. The permanent tissue derived from the meristematic tissue. The meristematic tissues undergo differentiation to form the permanent tissue, and then they lose the capability of division. Now we come to the meristematic tissue. They are of three types: apical meristem, intercalary meristem, and lateral meristem. Now, what is the position of these and what is the function of these meristematic tissue? See here, first of all, the apical meristem or apical meristematic tissue. This is present on the apex of the roots and shoots. So the location is there present on the apex region and of roots and shoots, and then come to the intercalary. Intercalary meristematic tissue are present on the base of nodes and internodes. And lateral sides में present हैं. Lateral meristems are present on the sides of roots and shoot. Now according to the location of these meristem, there is present of their function. Apical meristem, as they are present in the apex region of root and shoot, they are responsible for increasing the length of the plant. When the length of the plant increase, it is called the primary growth. The intercalary meristem present on the base of internodes. You know what are the nodes? Nodes are the region of the on the shoot from where the leaves and branches are arises. So they are responsible for the secondary growth. Lateral is present on the sides. When it is inside, it is responsible for increasing the diameter. प्लांट की चौड़ाई बढ़ती है, इससे उसकी विड्थ बढ़ती है, डायमीटर बढ़ता है. सो इंटरकैलरी और जो लेटरल मेरिस्टेम है, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ ऑफ द प्लांट. और जो एपिकल मेरिस्टेम है, जो एपेक्स रीजन पे प्रेजेंट है ऊपर और नीचे, दे आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द इंक्रीज ऑफ length of the plant. So in this way we can see meristematic tissues are responsible for the growth of plants, primary as well as secondary. So then we come to the simple tissue. The permanent tissues are of two types, simple and as well as complex. The permanent tissue, simple tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, and the complex are xylem and phloem. So dear children, we will discuss the simple tissue and the complex tissue in the next class. Today I am sending the notes and the question answer. You have to read the notes properly and you have to write the question answer. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe.